What's up? I'm going to New England tomorrow. This is the start of the video. The flight is going to leave at 3:30 a.m. So I'm just packing. I went to Walmart and I got some stuff. Some like shoe inserts, some peanuts. I'm going to try to bring everything in one bag. And we're going to do some creatine. So we'll see how this one goes. We'll see how that goes over in TSA. All right, guys, this is it. Packed up, one suitcase, or one backpack, that is. I will see you tomorrow. What's up, guys? Welcome to 3 a.m. They did not even check. Creatine is a go. I am in Houston. Alrighty, in Boston. Okay, I made it out of the tunnels, walking around with my backpack. I'm gonna try to find the Freedom Trail. I have no idea what they're doing here, but I've never seen so many people walking around. Kind of puts Denver to shame. Yeah, Massachusetts, they did it. They probably got the best state capital. This is pretty amazing. Yeah, they're definitely just flexing here. Like, they won by a mile, by a wide margin. At some point in there, it's like, yeah, we get it, bro. We get it. You can stop now. And as soon as I stepped outside, I saw a pirate getting followed by a bunch of kids, so I had to follow him.
5,000 bodies, and the reason for that discrepancy...
There was something about killing a French guy here. That's the oldest school in America. That's the old City Hall. That's a statue of a starving Irish guy. That's where the Boston Tea Party started. That's where they read the Declaration of Independence. That's the new City Hall. That's Faneuil Hall or Fanuel. Quincy Market. I snuck onto a little tour there, little history tour. That was really cool. I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm overwhelmed by the amount of things I'm seeing. Heading into the north end of the city now. Still, just safe to walk around. It's so cool. I mean, this is definitely putting Denver to shame in terms of walkability and amount of people walking around. It's pretty incredible coming from Albuquerque. It's night and day in a very good way. And the weather is beautiful Boston weather. It's like a cloud of fog, so I can walk around without a shirt on. Super nice. I think I'm in Little Italy here. Getting some Italian vibes, mostly because every single restaurant is Italian. There's like 50 Italian restaurants on both sides of me. A lot of the restaurants here just have like open facing dining rooms. Like the dining room, there should be glass there, but there's nothing. It's pretty funny. Kind of got scammed at the Paul Revere house. Had to pay $10 because I was using a credit card. But overall, I mean, Boston is just shockingly pretty. Look at that, just an open window. I'm gonna try to go to Union Oyster House since it's a Monday. I'm not sure how that'll go.
Like that. I believe you want to try it if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I like brilliant.
Okay, that was the Union Oyster House. That was $38. The oysters were really good. They were really good. They were very fresh. They were cracking them right at the bar. The baked beans tasted like from a can. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. And the clam chowder was good, but also tasted like from a can probably. All right, we are gonna get a cream pie, a Boston cream pie. Yeah, so I'm in the high hostel. It's huge. It's like 6 stories. I can finally be alone in the bathroom. My room, it's just like 6 Irish dudes. So that's pretty funny. I've met at least 20 Irish people here. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, my room, it's just like Heidi, Heidi, hey, Heidi, Heidi, hey. That was a good shower. I'm so sore from carrying that backpack, and I'm gonna have to do it for another entire day. Oh, I probably slept like 2 hours last night. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try to go to sleep. I'm going to Harvard, I'm going to MIT, and then I'm going to the aquarium, and then I'm probably doing more stuff after that. We're going there, to there, there, or there. I just bought a lock for $8. I think it'll be worth it to not carry around my backpack all day, so my shoulders still hurt. Also, they don't do breakfast here. I thought they did. Guess not. It's another beautiful Boston day. As you can see, the sky is like gray. I think this is like the top rated school in the country, I think, by some metric. It's pretty and it's very large. I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed by the size of Boston. I've learned that pretty much anything bigger than Albuquerque just makes me really uncomfortable. Like, not like uncomfortable, but like not comfortable, so uncomfortable. I prefer smaller. I don't think infinitely more people is always necessarily a good thing, but it is very pretty here. That's where all the unpaid labor happens. Oh yeah. I just met my first Boston accent guy. He's like, oh, it's the sub of the student union. Everyone else has been Irish. According to the Mexican lady at the cafe, that's the first police car at MIT. Did she tell that wrong or something? They put some kind of ingredient in that C4, that caffeine powder that makes your skin crawl. It's really, really great. Yeah, it's another case of like, we get it. Yeah, we get it, bro. It's too much, too big, I think. Also, they just call the buildings Building 1, Building 2, Building 3. It's like super psycho land. Yeah, so a local told me there's a much superior and way better school right up the street. So I'm gonna try to get there. All right, we're at Harvard. There's beeping. I'm assuming that everyone I see is pretty much a nerd, I think. I think that's how it works. Yeah, I was strongly considering going to Harvard, but yeah, I think UNM was a better fit for just a higher level of academic excellence and yeah, just a better school overall. So I decided to go with that instead. I guess I'm not sure what I was expecting, but for literally being Harvard, I think it's kind of understated. I kind of want to see some of the museums here, but they open a little bit too late. So I think I'm just going to go to the Bunker Hill Monument. Yay, for whatever style that is. Boo, for brutalist. Boo. I kind of wonder if people at Harvard, like what their opinion on the merch is, because there's like people at my school who wear Harvard merch and it's like, you certainly do not go to Harvard. Imposters. Waiting for the bus is gonna take like an hour probably, so I'm gonna just take a lift to Bunker Hill. And my driver, it told me, is actually deaf, which is so awesome. They should definitely make that like a select a deaf option, so you don't have to really talk that much. That's super cool. There's the Ukrainian Research Institute. Always wanted to see that. That's an item off the bucket list. You can actually go in that thing and climb it. You can go up the stairs, but that doesn't really sound fun to me. Similar to that thing in Colorado where it's like a massive staircase. It's like, why? So I'm gonna go see some boats at the USS Constitution Museum. And because I'm on the Freedom Trail here, I think I'm gonna be just walking back into the city. So hopefully that's not a mistake. This is awesome. This is free. I think this is Old Ironsides, the ship of state. Super dope. That was really cool. It's kind of like Ship Disney World. There's so many people on it, but yeah, man, that was cool. That's the USS Cason Way. I'm going on that one too. Sorry, the USS Cassin Young. Sorry. And it's closed. It's a Tuesday. I'm actually not gonna walk back to Boston. That looks really far away. I'm gonna take a bus and I'm gonna try to get a pastry in Little Italy. And then I'm gonna go to the aquarium. Super excited about that. This is called the Arms of Friendship. It's a octopus and he's friends with all these guys, I guess. Here's some more friends. This is really awesome. This is so cool. Dog guy. And now we wait. This public transit system, the T, has been pretty awesome. Yeah, no complaints about that. It's been nice. This is such awesome white people weather. Just eternal fog. Really great. They only do cash everywhere. So I just spent 30 minutes getting cash. Okay, everything was too crowded. I wanted to get some pizza. I got a sandwich instead. And now I'm walking to the aquarium. Everything is cash there. It's so crazy. They're doing some shady under the table stuff. I know it. All right, we're about to do an Italian food review in the park in Boston. What we got looks pretty thin. Pretty thin on those rations there. Yeah, they gave me like 1 ounce of meat. Yeah, they said F you. Whoa. I'm definitely gonna find that place on Google and leave a 1-star review. Moving on to Mike's Pastry. Got a ricotta pie. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it's cheesecake. Really good. All right, that was a whole fiasco. Now I'm going to the aquarium. Man, that was a mess. That took so long. Oh, God. This aquarium was so awesome. It was a spiral concentric design where they had a massive tank of water with a walkway that went about 3 stories up high. They had penguins down at the bottom. I love the fat turtle. That was so neat. The best thing they had were their sea lions. These things are so smart, so cute. I love sea lions. Okay, now we are going somewhere on the train. All right, now we are at Copley Square. And it looks like there's like a farmer's market going on, so gotta step in. All right, super cool. I'm now going to the public library and the mall. This library is seriously incredible. They've got a map collection showing off the growth of Boston. They like built it out of trash or something. They've got tons of books. They've got tons of study spaces. They've got a tea restaurant. You can get tea. It's very like dark academia vibes. There's murals all over the place. This is an awesome place to performative study, I think. You know, pretend to study and feel like you're in a movie at Hogwarts or something. As a tourist, this might have been my favorite thing in Boston. This was just so cool. Really incredible. Skipping the mall, going to Newberry Street, and walking back to the park. As I'm editing this footage, I'm reminded that I had a idea of Boston as a like tough, gritty, union type of city, and when I got there, it was all yuppies. Like, my idea of a Boston guy or a Boston person, I encountered maybe once. Is that just like a stereotype that is not true about Boston? Is it like all yuppies in reality? If you're from Boston, let me know. All right, now I'm not really sure what to do. I'm in the park. I wanted to go to the art museum, but that is closed on Mondays or Tuesdays. So I'm in the park. All right, I went to Beacon Hill and I got bored. So I'm gonna go to the Tea Party Museum and try to see that before it closes. It's like 3:30 right now. It closes at 5, so yeah. I think this is also the densest city I've been to. Like I've been to Phoenix and like Austin and some of those Texas cities which have more people, but this city's really dense. It's very different feeling from those cities. I changed my mind again. I'm at Fenway Park now. So I don't have tickets to the game. I'm gonna try to find a scalper and spend like $36 exactly. That's what I have on me. We'll see how that goes. Never mind, I'm giving up. I'm just, I don't want to deal with scalpers, and I've got to be up very early tomorrow. Back in Chinatown, probably gonna get some food or something, and then, yeah, call it a day. I'm really tired. All right, back to the hostel. I'm gonna eat this burrito and then, I don't know, pass out. Maybe it's better I didn't go to that baseball game because I kind of got bored like halfway through, or like a fourth of the way through, so yeah. It's good. All right, I am in the hostel. Got a lot of stuff doing tomorrow happening. I'm getting a car, going to Salem, getting out of Boston. I am kind of tired of Boston. It's a very pretty place, but I'm just kind of tired of it. Also, I just learned that smoke is from a wildfire, so that's not normal weather. That is a Canadian wildfire that is smoking everything up. What's up, guys? I'm here for day number 3. And I'm having a good time. Hey guys, what's up? I love walking around and talking about stuff. And hey guys, what's up? I really love walking and talking about stuff. I'm going to the play. Yeah, so I'm picking up my car. That's what's happening. And Hertz gave me a Kia Soul. Thanks. So I guess my audio wasn't working for those other clips. I'm glad to have a space. I've felt like kind of a bug living in a hostel and walking around Boston. Made me feel very bug-like. Living in a hive. I'm going to Salem. And I'm going to end up in Portland, Maine. I think that covers everything I've been saying. Also, I did not sleep that well. I will say, the visibility in this car is super awesome. Like, you can really see kind of 360 around you, which is nice. Handling-wise, it feels like a box, which it is. It is a box. And we got a Florida plate too, so you know they're gonna be on my butt. Man. All right, walking around Salem. I was thinking about going to the Witch Museum, but I'm reading online that it's a scam, and it was voted like the scammiest museum. So I'm probably not gonna go to the Witch Museum. Probably just gonna walk around, see some stuff, and then head up to Portsmouth. when I was in Boston and I would say, oh, I'm going to Salem tomorrow, people would go, don't go in October. So it must be crazy here, like insane. There's also that Peabody Essex Museum, but that's an art museum, so I'm probably just gonna skip. I do like the brick architecture. It is pretty. That's the old town hall right there. Looks like the Red Sox destroyed Kansas City yesterday. Blowout, it was like 6-2. I'm not really mad about missing it. Yeah, just the atmosphere was fun. There it is, Salem Witch Museum. The town itself is very pretty, but this witch trials thing is a super gimmick. I am really appreciating the smaller size of Salem. It's very nice. All right, I am here at the Salem National Historic Site, which they are telling me as of a week ago has been upgraded to the National Historic Park. It's just kind of a dock. It's like 8 acres pretty much. But I'm gonna walk to the end of the dock, check it out. I feel like I'm going crazy because I don't think we have these out west. So yeah, this is kind of new for me. I mean, surely Santa Fe, which is older than Salem, would have a national historic site or a historic park, but I've toured everything in Santa Fe very recently, and I don't remember seeing one ever. And I don't think I've seen one in Albuquerque ever, which is also a historic city. So maybe it's like an East Coast thing. There's a lighthouse down there, but it looks pretty horrible. Like, as far as lighthouses go, that's a pretty lame looking one. So I'm probably just gonna head back to the car. Salem's really cute overall. I definitely like the New England building style, that wood. I like to see that those houses are actually being lived in and not just turned into like, I mean, whatever horrible store you would turn those into. But the witch stuff is just not really holding my attention. So I think I'm just gonna head off to Vermont or whatever state, Portland, or no, Portsmouth? I'm going somewhere. I'm definitely going somewhere. Also, a little side goal of this trip is to bump up my number of states I've been to. I'm gonna try to go to 5 states, technically. I'm gonna hit a lot of Maine and Massachusetts, but I will technically be in, I think Vermont, I think Connecticut, and I guess I'll hit Rhode Island too, because it's so small. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do 5 states. I've only been to like this, I'll put it in the video, this number of states. So we're getting those numbers up. Okay, that was cool. I'm now going to Cider Hill Farms to try to get a cider donut. I read about those. They said it's a donut that tastes like cider. Gotta try it. I'm gonna go get one. And then I'm going to Portsmouth. We're passing through Peabody. Imagine having to tell someone you're from Peabody. Horrible. I've been talking about Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I think I said Vermont. New Hampshire. Anytime I say Vermont, I mean New Hampshire. All right, I am at Cider Hill Farms. I'm gonna get some stuff. Don't remember how I found out about this place. I planned this trip a long time ago. Yeah, this place is really cute. $6 for 6 donuts. I think this is the first time I haven't been scammed on food, so that's cool. All right, we are eating some apple cider donuts. This is 6 dozen, so this might be my lunch and breakfast. They look really good. The taste is really good. They do taste like apple. And they taste very fresh, like freshly fried. But they're not like... I mean, for the price, it's fair. These are good, these are fair. I thought that maybe they'd be filled with apple cider or something, but they're not. But they're good. I really like this type of flower. It's like a Dr. Seuss plant. So you can self-pick flowers and produce and fruit. It's really neat. Okay, that was good. They also apparently have some like award-winning apple cider. I'll take their word for it. I believe it. I'm going to the Strawberry Bank Museum. So I've been to 2 gas stations now that just don't have water. Like one had a soda machine that was just soda, no water option. And then this one only sells bottled water. Is that a common thing? Is that a New England thing? We're in New England. We ain't got no water. It's kind of frustrating. All right, we are at the Strawberry Banks Museum. It's a living history museum, so there's like nerds who stand around and they talk to you. Maybe? That was pretty cool. One guy gave up instantly. I was like, what kind of trees are growing around here? I'm coming up from Boston. And he was like, did you take the highway? And I was like, yeah, I took the highway. But most of the other actors were pretty good. They were able to put up with my grilling and my bugging, so that was fun. I'm now going to the downtown area to just walk around a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Portland, Maine. Yes, Portland, Maine. So that's a really pretty public flower garden. And they have these birds called goldfinches, I think. And they dart and they kind of fly like whoosh, 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 whoosh. Super pretty. I'll put one on the screen. Goldfinch. All right, I am walking down around Portsmouth. This is me technically in New Hampshire. I visited New Hampshire. So far, really cute, all brick. I'm gonna walk around for like an hour probably and then head up to Portland. Also, I just drank another one of those energy C4 whatever things and my skin is again crawling. So I don't know what ingredient that is, but I don't know if that's healthy for consumption. Rude. So rude. Okay, that was so cool. So sick. I think I actually have time to go to Concord. I wasn't really planning on that, but I think I have time. I think I can fit it in. So I'm gonna go to Concord, which is the capital of New Hampshire. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna see it, and then I'm gonna go to Portland, which is in Maine. These states are so confusing to me. They're so tiny. I don't know. I've got that Western state brain. Just driving through, this state is so pretty, New Hampshire. It's so green, it's really beautiful. I'm glad that I took this little detour. It is very, very pretty. Also, I forgot to mention those flowers in Portsmouth. I don't know if that's like a citywide thing, like you have to have flowers, like these little flower gardens, but man, those were so pretty. All right, we are in Concord, looking around the capital area. It's pretty nice. I mean, the flowers here are just amazing. And there he is. That's John, New Hampshire. Wow. That's pretty awesome. So that is a super cute, super small state capitol. Fun fact, they have the most state representatives. They've got 400 for some reason. They're kind of just messing around up here, I guess. They're having fun. But yeah, super cute. So I'm just gonna walk around Main Street. It's literally right outside the Capitol. And then I'll get out of here. I also heard that this city is the capital because they did some like bribery. It used to be Portsmouth, and then it was another city. And then they switched it to this city because they paid some guy some money or something. I don't know. Oh man, the churches back east are just something else. It's always so pretty to see them. Wow. Actually, this is a Christian Science church, so I say boo. But it is pretty, but boo. There's a giant relief map of New Hampshire. Wow. All right, that was really pretty, New Hampshire. Going to Portland in Maine, and I'm getting hungry. So we're gonna see if we can get scammed again in Portland. Wish me luck. We are officially in Maine. That's the sign that says Maine. I did learn it's pronounced Concord, like they've been conquered by conquistadors. Concord, New Hampshire. Okay, in Portland. I'm at the Portland Headlamp, which is like a lighthouse. So I'm gonna check that out, and it's actually a lot bigger than I thought. Like this is a whole park. I think other than the lighthouse, this is mostly like a recreational type of park. But there is something called the Goddard Mansion, which I'm gonna walk to and just see what that is. And then I'll probably go. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. I'm gonna have to look up what this is because it looks like a bomb shelter, but also like a modern mansion. Also, I didn't have to walk on those rocks. There's a really easy path here. There's that dang Goddard's mansion. I mean, look at how thick these walls are. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how it fell apart like this. The foundation is so strong. I guess nothing else was. And the story, as far as I can tell, is that this guy built the house and it was pretty sick. And then the army bought it and turned it into housing for married couples. So somewhere between the army buying it and now, it became this husk. So go army. And now we're going to Portland proper, or maybe old Portland, I don't know. And I'm gonna get a lobster roll and chill out, because I've done a lot and my legs are cramping on me. Okay, we're gonna go find a lobster roll. This place is pretty substantial, bigger than I thought. I think it's got a large metro area probably. It tastes like a weak cream soda, kind of. So that was really good. 30 bucks for a lobster roll hurts, but I think that is actually kind of more standard. And Moxie, I was surprised. That really surprised me more than the lobster roll. I read that that was like an acquired taste, like herbaceous soda, and it just tasted like weak orange cream soda. So that was a little disappointing. I was expecting something more interesting. And we finally got a hotel. No hostel. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go to sleep, but all right, I slept for like 9 hours, so back to being a human. I'm doing stuff in Maine. I'm going around. I'm going places. And okay, I am in Freeport at the LL Bean flagship store. I don't particularly know or care about LL Bean. I don't know what it is. They're doing some kind of construction here. So this is like a whole complex. There's like a store, there's multiple stores. That's pretty sick. They got the boot car. Yeah, that was neat. A lot of it was closed due to construction, but that's okay. I'm gonna walk around the little downtown Main Street area and then get out of here. It's also kind of cool temperature-wise. Like feels like maybe 60s, something like that. I mean, it's August, so I don't know. It's cool. I'm gonna get one of those at some point. I'm not sure from where yet, but from somewhere. All right, that was neat. I'm now going to Bowdoin College, which what I've read is like the Harvard of Maine. Just kidding. I saw it on the map and it looked kind of cool, so I'm going there. I'm just wondering if there's a town in Maine that uses the joke of like, this is our main street, and then it's Maine, like Maine. There's got to be a town somewhere. If you're from Maine, comment down below. Tell me what town uses that joke. Also, the ingredient that's making my skin crawl in that energy drink thing is niacin. I looked it up and it like widens your blood vessels and makes them tingle. So they really want to let you know that it's working, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, so this is a private liberal arts school. That's why it's pretty, I guess. That was pretty cool. They do like Arctic studies for some reason in Maine. So they had a little Arctic studies museum. That was neat. I'm now moving on. Gonna go drive up Main Street to see if my theory from earlier was true. And I'm going to, oh man, what am I going to? I'm going to a thing, which I will reveal shortly. I'm keeping it a secret on purpose. Yeah. the surprise was the Maine Maritime Museum right here. So that shipyard over there is actually currently building destroyers. I think they're destroyers for the military. They might not be destroyers, but I just got swarmed by mosquitoes. So I'm gonna put on pants and like a flannel to try to protect myself. Pants, we got a flannel. We're avoiding mosquitoes. I mean, look at that. That is so pretty. So that is actually the Wyoming. That's a schooner with 6 masts, and that's the size of it. And it was capable of carrying 6 tons or 6,000 tons of coal. That's insane. Look at that thing. Wow. It's off Australia. Man. If you're wondering how they bend those pieces of wood without just instantly snapping them, they steam them. They put a bag on them. They put a bag and they just fill it with steam and then slowly clamp it down. Pretty interesting. That's something I've never thought about. All right, that was cool. I'm now gonna go get some food. I'm starving. And then I'm going to the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. So I was gonna go to a place called Red's to get some more seafood, but when I was asking people at the Maritime Museum, they were saying it's more of a touristy place, which I don't mind. I'm obviously a tourist, but some guy recommended me this other place called Fives Lobster, I think it's called. So I'm driving there. Apparently it's like right on the coast, and I'm gonna get some seafood. I'm not gonna get a lobster roll. I don't even like lobster that much. I might get another one at some point, but I'm gonna get other types of seafood. This thing's range is like 450 miles. It's kind of ridiculous. It gets pretty decent gas mileage as well. Janape? Yeah, shout out to the blacksmith at the Maritime Museum. That was an awesome recommendation. This is such a cute town. And this is Reed State Park. Very pretty. Mosquito heaven. And I found a little blueberry stand off the side of the street called I'm Wild. It's not really like an official thing. It's like a family run thing. And they gave me some free blueberries, which is so nice of them. So shout out to them. And these are really good. We are in Misquamicut, Maine. So that's where you find those blueberry people, is in Misquamicut. There's blueberries all over the place, but that's where I found them. Just passed by Red's. It did have a very long line and it is causing a lot of traffic. So we skipped it. I think that was a good call. So thank you again to the blacksmith guy. All right, we are at the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. I just want to say, look at these blueberries. They're super interesting. Look at how small they are. Wow! It's very small. Wow! This is one of the bigger ones. They're from a low bush, she said. They're really good, they're sweet. Still gotta go to Augusta, so I'm gonna check this out and then get going. That'll be another drive. We're finally getting some blue skies here. Hope you can see it. It's not super foggy anymore. Those were so good. Feeling like a king right now. Whoa. They told me at the front desk that there are trolls here, like massive troll statues. So I guess we'll be looking for those. Look at these, pitch black. Wow. Wow. And they've got this tiny trail system where most of the trolls are, so gotta go find the other trolls. That was sick. This is getting me hyped for Acadia. So excited. I felt a little bit rushed. Only got to spend about an hour and 15 minutes. Would have liked to spend maybe 2, but got to get to Augusta and see the State House. So yeah, that was really pretty. Yeah, what started as a, pretty nice, relaxing walk quickly turned into a not very relaxing, very brisk, like speed walk through the forest to try to find all those trolls. Those things were so cool. That was a really great garden. Augusta is about an hour away, so I'm gonna get there about 30 minutes before the close of the State House, which is fine. That's probably enough time to see that. Yeah, Maine is definitely bigger, I think, in real life than it looks on a map. Maine looked very small on a map, but these drives are pretty significant actually compared to everything I've done so far. So yeah, Maine is no joke, that's for sure. Maine produces 90% of all toothpicks. How amazing is that? How amazing. All right, I just talked to the guards in there. I got some sweet tips on stuff to see near Bangor. And I learned that there's really not that much going on in Augusta other than this. So probably just gonna head to Bangor. But this was super cool. I love seeing the state capitals. Now walking around Bangor, pretty cool. Just like everything, pretty cool. Okay, I am starting to wind down. I'm gonna get dinner and then go to a casino here. And that'll probably be it for the day, I think. Alrighty, for my meal, I went to some random hot dog place and I got 2 hot dogs. I've got whatever this one is, and I've got a red snapper. Look at that, woo! Someone told me about these. I had no idea these were a thing. They said, you gotta try a hot dog, man. I was like, I really don't. But then I looked it up and yeah, they look interesting. So we're gonna be trying both of these live. This one's really good. It has like barbecue sauce and onions on it. And now we got the red snapper. These buns too are really good. I think it's just a normal hot dog bun or something, but I mean, it's like they've compressed it or something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know food that well, but it's really good, really tasty. And I got this plain just to really like taste the hot dog. Oh. It's just a normal hot dog pretty much. They've got a big stadium here, and I think they're doing what's that guy from Seinfeld? He's whatever, Seinfeld, the guy. What's his name? He's doing a show here, so this place has got a big old line. I don't think he's that funny, but like as a comedian, like in Seinfeld, he's like, I just don't think his stand-up is that funny. Is it Jerry Seinfeld? Anyways, yeah, he's doing a show here. Okay, I'm in the hotel in Bangor. As you saw, that casino was pretty lame. They kicked me out for filming. Probably because it was so lame and they didn't want you to see it. So that was fun. The Paul Bunyan statue was equally kind of lame, but you know, whatever. This hotel I'm at doesn't have water for some reason. They just don't. I was like, do you guys have a water fountain? They're like, no, we got rid of that. I was like, okay, sure. So I went to the gas station and got water, and while I was there, I'm still hungry because I'm walking like a ton every day, and I found a little treat. That treat being 2 more red snappers, and they didn't have any buns. So just plain hot dogs. When in Rome, right? Anyways, I'm gonna eat that and then plan some stuff for tomorrow and then go to sleep because I'm gonna do a ton of walking tomorrow in Acadia State Park. So that'll be fun, and I will see you then. All right, it is a day, and I'm going to Acadia National Park and a fort, and then I'm going back to Portland. Yes. Alrighty, we are here at Fort Knox in Maine. Look at this tower. Can you see that? We're gonna go up there, and then we're gonna go to the fort. It's gonna be sick. That was really cool. And it was only $3 extra over the normal ticket, so had to spring for it. And it was worth it. Now I'm going to the fort. This is a battery, so yeah, I don't know. If you're a military guy, that probably means something to you. I had to take a lot of stairs and go down that dark tunnel. I'm just out here on the coast. Maybe this is where they get shot at and then they shoot back. So this isn't like the famous gold Fort Knox, that's in Kentucky. This was built to protect Bangor from being sailed on. It's like, I guess the British captured Bangor in 1812 and they didn't want that to happen again. So they built this fort right here on the river. So it's an anti-British fort with the same name of Fort Knox. Just a coincidence. They're setting up to do some kind of Hogwarts, like Harry Potter themed event. That's pretty funny. Wow, there's a hand comparison. These are huge, so massive. Here's the kneading table. There's the dough box. They're just like me, I need a lot of dough. All right, that was nice. I'm now going to Acadia. The hotel gave me like a little breakfast bag, which is super nice. So so I guess I'm eating that while I'm driving. Or I mean, I'm gonna park and then eat it. I'm legally going to park and eat a banana and a breakfast sandwich, parked legally. All right, we are walking around Cadillac Mountain. Gorgeous view, as you can see. This park's kind of strange. It's like split in two. And we're just gonna be staying in this eastern section. But yeah, really pretty stuff. And that is Bar Harbor down in the distance there. The reason the park is so insane is because a bunch of people over time have contributed their land, like rich people have contributed their land to the park. So it's really a mishmash of places, but it's been very pretty so far, and I'm excited to see this beach. So going to the beach. Wow. Wow. All right, and I am now doing this little beehive trail. Some of the rangers recommended it, and it's pretty short, so I'm gonna be hitting that. And there are some ladders on this trail, so that'll be very exciting. Super nice. That's the beach down there. There's a traffic jam up here on the trail, so I'm just stuck on a cliff. It's a great view though. Yeah guys, look at that. Wow. Yeah, that was a crazy sheer cliff edge, but really pretty. Really amazing views from the top. Yeah, great recommendation from the park people. Pretty. I think all my walking around in Santa Fe and hiking up there has really helped me to strengthen my legs, because this is feeling really good out here. Yeah. Wow, look at that. So pretty. So there's something in the area called Thunder Hole. I have no clue what that would even be, but it's related to these rocks somehow. Yeah, I guess that was a pretty thunderous hole. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the full effect. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do here is just walk around this pond. Looks very pretty. Probably get torn up by mosquitoes, but whatever. And then I'm gonna head into Bar Harbor and get some food and hopefully maybe do laundry. We'll see. Check that out. How funny. It's a sitting tree. Those two little hills are called the Bubble Mountains, or the Bubble Rocks, something like that. And these trails take you up into the Bubble Mountains, but I'm gonna leave that for another day. I do have a 2.5 hour drive, or 2 hour drive back to Portland, so I am trying to just keep that in mind. I've been here for probably 4 hours now, and probably wrapping up here. Here we are, we're on the other side. We're heading back that way. Sorry, boom. This is a mountain bike course. I think that's what this is. Okay, so heading back. That was a good trail, took about an hour. We're on the lake. Gonna go to Bar Harbor now. Alrighty guys, I am in Bar Harbor and I just saw a New Mexican restaurant, so gotta go check that out. I like whipped my head around. I was like, what? What on earth? So apparently the owners are from Albuquerque and they just wanted to open a New Mexican restaurant out here. So good on them, I guess. I don't know. Well, that was interesting. Menu looked semi-legit. A lot of focus on burritos and tacos, but they do have green chili on there and red chili. So yeah, interesting. I'm noticing that in New England, there are a ton of these signs with golden letters. I'll put a little picture. There's so many signs with golden letters. That's something I'm really noticing that's standing out to me a lot as a New England thing. Also, way more people here customize their license plates. I've seen so many custom license plates as compared to out west. That feels very New England to me as well. And I am making a quick pit stop to get some food on my way to Portland. I'm at Moody's Diner. All right, also from Moody's, oh boy, got some sunscreen. I got a whoopie pie. Gonna try it out. Don't worry, I checked my exercise watch and I burned 97 million calories today, so this is fine for me to eat. There it is. It's pretty whoopie looking. Okay. It's like Hostess. It's good, but it's not like mind-blowing in any way. So, good, but not mind-blowing. Whoopie pie. Shout out Maine. This has been a really awesome state. Really loved my time here. Okay, I'm in the hotel. That was a long day. It's 10:30. I am going to have a pretty long drive tomorrow. I'm going to Rhode Island. Alrighty, guys. We're going to Rhode Island, but first I'm going to Boston. This art museum was amazing. Such an extensive collection, but not bloated. Really quality pieces all throughout. I really enjoyed my time here, even though it was super large. They had the biggest collection of Japanese art outside of Japan. They have this awesome painting of the plagues of Egypt. I have that in my room. So cool to see that in person. This monstrosity, wow. They even had some stuff from New Mexico, which was so cool to see. Love to see that. They also had a great section on ancient Egypt and the Middle East. They had a section for every country and like every period of history, and all of them had excellent pieces. This museum was really sweet. Yeah, that was super cool. Really awesome collection there. They had the largest Roman statue in the US. That was really neat. They have like 500,000 some items, so they've got a ton of stuff. I got the first painting there. It's their first item they had in the collection. It's the painting of Elijah. So that's pretty awesome. They had a really great collection of Egyptian art. I was especially amazed by the old wood. Like the old wood art was incredible. It's like 5,000 years old. You can still see the colors and everything. Pretty amazing. There's Berkeley. Say hi, Berkeley. Hi, Berkeley. We're in Rhode Island right now. Rhode Island. All right, I am in Providence, Rhode Island, and I found a scooter. Whoa. So I'm gonna ride around. Check out what I didn't have to walk up. Let's go, scooter. So Brown University is pretty small, but this whole surrounding area, Benefit Street, is really cool. So I'm just riding around here, looking at stuff. Super neat. I'm now just making my way down to the Capitol. I'm not gonna be able to go inside, but it's cool to see the outside. And there it is. Again, can't go inside because it's not open today. It's a Saturday, but super cool and way bigger than I thought it'd be for such a small state. It's bigger than New Hampshire's, that's for sure. They've got some kind of river here. Definitely reminds me of the Rio Grande with how small and weak it is. Alrighty, well, thanks to the superpower that is an electric scooter, I was able to see a lot of the downtown area that I was interested in Rhode Island. So now I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna try to find some wieners. I'm gonna try to get coffee milk. I'm gonna try to get a stuffy, which is like a stuffed clam. And I think that's it.
All right, Boston, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a lot of clarity as to whether we would bring.
Those were definitely just hot dogs with some kind of chili on them. Not chili, but like some meat and onions. So I mean, absolutely, you know, not bad in any way. But nothing amazing. People tell me that's like drunk guy food, so that makes sense. Coffee milk is literally just milk with coffee, and it's sweet. So yeah, that's what that was. And outside of the place, outside of that restaurant, there was some dudes like huffing spray paint, so that was cool. Alrighty, we are on the beach here. We've got some doughboys and some stuffed clams. So we're gonna try these out. I don't even, it's like mush. There's like mush in it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so those were good. It's kind of like a little crab cake in a clam. I'm going for a walk on the beach now. And I'm gonna try a doughboy, which is probably like a sopapilla. Sounds like fried dough with sugar on it, so that'll probably be pretty standard, but we'll give it a shot. Yep, very similar to a sopapilla, so good, but nothing like special. That was cool. So Iggy's owns a massive amount of land here for parking, and they have 2 separate restaurants. It's like they got a little monopoly on this beach, but the food was good and it's pretty cheap, so good for them. I think this is I don't know. This is a beach. If you're from Rhode Island, you know what beach this is. So I don't even gotta say it. I'm gonna go to my hotel, and then I'm gonna get ready to go to the mall to park for WaterFire tonight. All right, I am in the hotel and I am preparing to go to the mall. But first, at the park yesterday, oh, an old classic, whoa. So we're gonna do a little gambling. We love a little gambling on this channel. We're hoping for this guy right there, Roadrunner. No. Okay, I thought it was the eagle again. We got a grizzly bear. Whoa. So I'm gonna build this and then go to the mall. And there it is. That somewhat looks like a bear. It's pretty thick. Alrighty, I'm walking around the mall, and this mall was actually voted one of the malls in America, so this is really exciting. Alright, that was cool. Something I ate earlier like destroyed my stomach. Not gonna say it was the hot dogs, but it absolutely was the hot dog. I'm gonna do some cool stuff tomorrow. And it's a secret, so you can see in like 4 seconds. Hello. It's morning, which means I'm gonna go get some breakfast and go to the Breakers, which is, you'll see, and do some more stuff in addition to that. Let's go. To begin the day, we are on Aquidneck Island, which is a real island, unlike Rhode Island, which is part of the continental US, to see Newport, Rhode Island on Aquidneck Island. This is a city that is home to Gilded Age mansions called cottages, quote unquote, because they were only lived in during the summertime. This is the Breakers. This is the most popular Gilded Age mansion in Newport, built by the Vanderbilt family. They made their fortune in the railroad. And they flew out all the architects who built it, flew out all the materials from Europe. So it's got a very European style, French, Italian. And yeah, it's basically just a massive flex to flex on other rich people. For 6 weeks, they would throw parties. That's called the season. They'd throw insane costume parties and balls. And today, us poors can tour their homes and see, wow, these guys had it going on. Look at that. Yeah, so that was the Breakers. Very cool, very pretty. Owned by the Vanderbilts. That little guide was nice to read about where they've imported all of that stone from and all the design inspirations. I'm gonna go to one more. I'm deciding on which one. But for now, I'm just gonna walk around the grounds. Also, that mansion is called the Breakers because it has a cliff and the water breaks on the cliff. So, yeah. So this has been super cool. I've also been to the Post House and the Hearst Castle, and those were incredible. Hearst Castle, I think, was the best mansion tour I've been on. That's in California. I mean, oh, there's a robin. Oh, whoa. Anyways, those two houses were a lot more incredible, but this was neat. Really neat, really cool. I'm probably gonna go to the Elms next. I think that's what I'm deciding. I've talked to a couple employees and that seems to be the winner. So I'm gonna go there next and hopefully go to a wharf. And I think that's it. Oh, and then I'm going to some gardens. And then I guess the RISD Museum is free. The Rhode Island School of Design, I think that is. So I guess I'll pop over there and I guess we'll see what time it is after doing all that. Got a full day in Rhode Island. So fun. The second mansion that I went to is called the Elms, and it was built by the Berwind family. They're a coal tycoon. This guy's wife, Edward Berwind, his wife is named Hermione. I thought that was a fake, made-up name. There is a real person with that name, which is so crazy. This is designed based off French revivalism or something like that, so it's very French-inspired. And man, it was super opulent. The grounds were stunning. It had a huge 10-acre property. And all these mansions today are owned by the Newport, Rhode Island Mansion Preservation Society, so no one owns these anymore. They're all museums. This one I think I liked a little bit more than the Breakers, actually. Super, super cool. Oof, so that was cool. They say that the house runs like magic, and the magic is slaves. No, just kidding. It's servants. They pay them. But they have like a third floor and like a basement where all the servants go, and they do all the cleaning and stuff. So that's kind of interesting to me. It's like the logistics of hiding 30 people in your house who do all the cleaning and cooking and everything. I'm gonna walk around the grounds and continue on. Also, there is a college in this area, like Regina or something like that. I don't know, but it seems like they just took a bunch of mansions and turned it into a college. Maybe I will go see that. Big maybe. Yeah, Newport has a lot of stuff to do. More than I thought. Maybe more than Providence even. There's a ton of museums down here. Unfortunately, I'm not interested in old cars necessarily, or tennis, or other stuff like that, so. And they told me at the front desk they're doing a watch party for a show called The Gilded Age. They're gonna have 2,000 people out on this lawn here to watch the final episode. It was filmed at the Elms. If you watch that, let me know. Is it good? I'm not gonna watch it, but just let me know. That's a lion killing an alligator. That is so cool. That's a lion who has already killed a peacock. That is also sick. Okay, I'm at Bowen Wharf, walking around in Newport, and parking was a nightmare, but I found some, and the nightmare's over. Walking around. So this White Horse Tavern is supposedly the oldest tavern in America, whatever the definition of a tavern is. And George Washington drank at the bar here, so that's super sick. Really neat. I think it was like 1670 maybe, something like that. That was the Vanderbilt Hotel, probably really expensive. All right, I'm heading out. I'm going to Blythewood Manor and Gardens. So So I'm leaving Newport. I just want to say Newport was way better than Providence. I really like this town. It's super cute. There's historic buildings. There's mansions. This town is great. Providence, Newport, really good. So moving on. I said earlier that Rhode Island was all Providence, like all one city. That is not true. They do have a couple trees, and they have one wind turbine. So, and this is the final mansion that I'm going to be visiting. It's the Blythewald Mansion, and it's a bit further from the others. The owner is the Van Winkle family, or it was, and they wanted to build something still very opulent and nice, but farther away from the Newport mansions. They were more into nature and stuff, so that definitely shows in this house. Wow. It sits on 33 acres, and the best part was definitely the gardens. I think a cool hotel idea would be a Gilded Age mansion, and you can stay there for a day and you get servants, and then at night they throw like a big party where you get some fancy food and you could just pretend to be rich, and maybe you do like rich guy activities like ride a horse or something. I think I prefer this property as a whole compared to those Newport mansions, just because this garden is so nice. It's really, really pretty. There's a giant sequoia right there. Wow, look at that. Sheesh. Okay, going to RISD. RISDeason. For $20, which is the normal price, I don't think that's worth it. Probably more like 10, but that's a legit museum for a college to have. Really good. And for free, yeah, that hit the spot. I am now going somewhere. All right, we are at the beach, very close to the border of Connecticut. They let me in free because it's almost 6, so free beach, pretty cool. We're at the very Connecticut border of Rhode Island. Yeah, so this is like Misquamicut Beach or something. I don't know. It's a lot more substantial than that other beach I went to. You know, it might be like the Southwest in me, but the beach kind of sucks. Like, I don't know. It's not that fun. Okay, so I was sitting at a restaurant and the guy walked up to the bar and he ordered chicken, and they wrote toe sucker on his chicken takeout box. I now know why they wrote toe sucker. I learned that story. That was fun. A bird pooped on my car. I'm going to my hotel. Also, I did get a sandwich from Walmart, so I got the Walmart sandwich. I got one of these on the way to the hotel. It's supposed to be SpongeBob. Pretty good. Tasted like lemon and like strawberry maybe. Way better than it looks. And only 90 calories somehow. What? Alrighty, I am in Connecticut. I'm about to go to sleep. Okay, welcome to the last full day of doing stuff. I am going to Mystic and going to Plymouth by Boston. And maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see. Just moved it. See, that's the thing that conspiracy. Okay, we are at the Mystic Aquarium. Maybe we can see a whale. That's what I read online. We'll see how it is.
Okay. Okay. Very big.
Stingray, and I think stingrays are before they were jumping. They have humongously deep water. Fighting, they're fighting. Are they trying to... Oh!
Wow.
They're trying to eat it. Ooh, they're fighting again. Oh my god. Why does that one always like...
Wow, so those beluga whales are 44 years old, some of them. And some of them are 3. That's pretty insane.
They're actually going to be trained. These two in particular are over 500 pounds. They're very, very strong. And animals that don't have hands tend to explore the world with their...
Crazy.
Come this way. It's creamy.
All right. So that was the Mystic Aquarium. That was pretty cool. Same price as the New England Aquarium. I would say the New England Aquarium is better, but that was neat. Beluga whales was cool. Yeah, it It was neat. The show itself, that sea lion show, was like, I don't know. There was like the you know, the message of don't pollute the oceans, and it's like, can you tell the Shell Corporation that? Or like India maybe? It's like, I know not to throw a bottle into the ocean. Like, who is that message for exactly? Anyways, I'm going to Mystic Pizza now. My parents told me about it. It's like a older person movie type of thing. I'm gonna go there. I don't know. May as well. And then I'll probably tour Mystic a little bit. Maybe just drive through. And then I'm heading to Plymouth to see a rock and a museum. So that's the day. We're kind of winding down here. This is our last day. And then I'm flying out tomorrow. It's been an insane trip so far. Alrighty, we've got a spaghetti and meatballs pizza. That's really dumb, but here it is. It's spaghetti on a pizza. I mean, all right, now we're doing the cheese. It's like, it's different, but I can't really put my finger on why. There, I went. Are you happy? It was just okay. I'd probably give it like a 6, 7 maybe. And it was $4 a slice, so that's a horrible price. Yeah. Probably won't ever go there again, but there it is, Mystic Pizza. Okay, that was a cute town. What's new? Cute town. I'm going now to Plymouth. I'm skipping the Maritime Museum here. It looks interesting, it looks cool, but I want to go to the Plymouth Pawtucket Museum, so I gotta drive 2 hours. I want some time to see that, so I'm just heading out. But Mystic was interesting. I technically came to Connecticut. So go me, that's 5 states. Oh boy, that truck is about to smash me. Okay, we are now going to, back to Massachusetts. So I will see you in 2 hours.
Be at least for like the larger community, but the whole like the whole.
Bark up, the angler at whichever direction they're in, so it's coming down it. Now,
He sent back, and then he will.
The Pilgrim actors were incredible. They have the accent down and they have received a lot of training in terms of not breaking character. And they're pretty knowledgeable. Like when you ask them about their home and about Europe, they're pretty sharp. So that was really impressive. The native actors were not that impressive. They weren't super knowledgeable and they didn't really hold any character, and some of them were just dressed normally. Maybe that's the point, I don't know. But when they're right next to each other, it's hard to not compare them. Yeah, overall really cool. I'm going to the Mayflower 2 and to the grist mill, which are downtown. And that'll finish out the Plymouth Pawtucket Museum. It's just a rock.
Raise livestock. The investors will keep the supply of people and goods coming to them, and after.
Further down from the conning hatch up above their head.
So, I mean,
All right, that was neat. There's also a mill, like a flour mill or a corn mill. I'm not going. It doesn't really sound interesting to me, and I kind of just want to go hang out and sit somewhere. So I am going to Provincetown. That's going to be my last destination of this trip before I just drive back to Boston and get ready to fly out. So I'm going to spend the evening in Provincetown and stay in Cape Cod. And that's the plan. That's where I'm going right now. All right, I am in Provincetown and it is packed, and also it took like an hour to get here. It looks way smaller on the map, but the distance around the Cape is crazy. I'm gonna go walk around and hopefully get some seafood, maybe for the last time before I go. And then it becomes very expensive. Right. Yeah. Saved a loop around. So I kind of got ambushed here. This is less of like New England charm and more of like the gayest town I've ever been to. They've got like shirtless dudes on bikes who I think take you to like gay strip clubs, and everyone is gay in the street, and there's drag queens, and like there's a couple lesbians sprinkled in. So if that's what you're into, Provincetown is like your number one go-to. Like, this is insane. It's all gay people. I didn't know that that was what that was gonna be, so I'm like kind of shell-shocked. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to my hotel now. Okay, it is nighttime and I'm in the hotel and I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'm going to drive back to Boston to catch my flight. I might do some stuff along the way. I might chill. I don't know. Yeah, this is our last full night. Alrighty guys, here we are. Last day. I'm going to be going to some stuff. Like I said, I think I said that last night. And then I'm gonna go to the airport and go home. I gotta drop off my car as well. So, wait. Alright, we are at the JFK Presidential Library and Museum. This will be like my last thing I'm seeing before I turn the car in. We're right outside of Boston. It was honestly kind of heavy, the JFK Museum. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was good though. I'm now going to drop off the car and I'm gonna try to get to the airport, or maybe do something before then, I don't know. But I'm moving in that direction. Alrighty, I am now walking around Boston, looking a little bit homeless, but that's okay. Trying to get to the airport. The flight got delayed by 2 hours due to a thunderstorm. And I'm back. 2 in the morning. Thank you, Max, for giving me a ride. Ugh.